Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this analysis, and thank you very much for your continued support in this channel. I checked Mutahi Ngunyi's Twitter page, and I got a tweet there that caught my attention. He's saying something that is very interesting. Now, Mutahi Ngunyi is the kind of a person or a political analyst in this country and a lawyer that you cannot despise. If you've been following him, I think his narratives have been very consistent, starting from the days he did the tyranny of numbers in the run-up to 2013 general election, then Ruto fallout. He came with the other side. He seemed to be supportive more of President Uhuru Kenyatta. But of course, there are many narratives that he's been talking of that are very consistent with his political stand. And if you're keen, you will realize that his narratives are normally timely and because of something. Recently, he mentioned about that the deep state are not going to give Raila the presidency. He has to work hard to get the votes. Because if deep state was that deep enough to help Raila, then Uhuru wouldn't have gone through what he went through in 2017. The Supreme Court wouldn't have nullified his election. And sometimes I find logic in what he says. Mutahi Ngunyi is saying in his Twitter page, to Kikuyus, politics is what marathons are for Kalenjins. It is a sport. It is a betting game. That is why they will abandon Ruto if Raila is supported by the 40 tribes of Kenya against Kikuyus and Kalenjins. They say it's simple logic in bracket sake. So I want us to intersect this tweet, because here there is a hidden narrative that is being advanced. But to help us have an understanding, there is something that is pointing out. That one, this tweet is coming at a time when there is a report and there is a general consensus that Raila Odinga's running mate is going to be Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. I analyzed that in this channel. I think you can, if you follow this video, this channel, you have seen that analysis. And what I have realized, and I pointed out in that video, I checked through the comment section and realized that Raila Odinga support in central Kenya, the basket is likely to go down by him not picking a central Kenya as a running mate. Now this tweet is coming at a point where that one is happening. And that is why he's saying there was a general consensus. And you know, President Uhuru Kenyatta have the intel, have the intelligence, and there is something that he knows. That of course, the vote Raila's support in central Kenya might go down. So what Mutahi Ngunyi is saying, that in the event that they don't support Raila without them getting the running mate, then Ruto, there is also another report that is coming that Ruto is going for the Kikuyu as a running mate, or for Gema to central Kenya for the running mate. Then even in that arrangement, likely there is still a likelihood of Raila winning the general election. But then, can you ask yourself that question? Raila, Kalonzo, Ruto, anyone from central Kenya, do you think Raila will win? And I want an honest answer. Do you think Raila will win? That is one impression from this tweet. Number two, that if what he's saying, like from the first part, to Kikuyu's politics is what marathons are for Kalenjins. Now, that first statement to the full stop shows that politics is what defines the livelihood, the economy, and the prosperity of the Kikuyu nation. That is what Mutahi Ngunyi is saying. And he's sending this message to the people that are within, around William Ruto. That is why he's saying marathons are for Kalenjins. No, this is something that Kalenjins are known for. This is something that is their identity. So in the Kikuyu, what is saying that politics is their identity, is their livelihood, and is something they're best at. So if Kalenjins are better in marathon and Kikuyus are better in politics, that means that at the end of the day, what Ngunyi is saying is that they will succeed in politics, especially of the August 9th general election in the context of the state. I'm just trying to dissect through it. Then, lastly, I think that Mutahi Ngunyi is saying something that President once mentioned when he said that that is why they will abandon, they in this context is the Kikuyus around William Ruto, will abandon Ruto if Raila is supported by the 40 tribes of Kenya against Kikuyus and Kalenjins. Now, the 40 tribes will support that Raila likely to win. Now, it means the 40 tribes will now have some, will be uncomfortable with Ruto Kikuyu ticket. So what he's simply saying is that the presidency should rotate amongst other tribes apart from the two. That is what is simply. Then, if you remember at the burial of Mama Anna, Musalia Mudavadi's mother, I think Uhuru Kenyatta the president made a statement then saying that kama wanasema hivyo, we can also say that let the presidency rotate to the other tribes. If you remember that statement, that came out from that. And again, maybe that's why there is also a very big likelihood of Kalonzo Raila ticket. What is bringing this is that narrative. And let me just point out something that I think someone was challenging me. Does it mean that the president knows of how many votes both Raila and Kalonzo got in 2017? Because the servers had never been opened. But of course, there is somewhere, the truth is lying somewhere. And the president knows that Raila and Kalonzo can win that seat. In fact, someone was challenging me that the president is feeling like these fellas, they got many votes, and maybe they won by a margin in the 2017 without the Gema. So that is why there is that likelihood of Kalonzo Raila ticket. This is the narrative that Mutahi Ngunyi is advancing. Ladies and gentlemen, the other question he's asking is this. He's saying is this, that the Gema, the Central Kenya leaders around William Ruto will leave if Raila is supported by the other tribes. What that means is they will leave if Raila becomes the president. I want to believe that if William Ruto becomes the president, they will not leave. But do you think, you can also challenge me and tell me if Ruto wins and becomes the 5th president, is there likelihood that the Gema people around him will withdraw? Because that is what is in this tweet. 2 reasons why I feel, finally, as I finish this analysis, that they will leave if Raila wins the general election. One, I have to mention here, the leaders that are around deputy president, there is no spark, there is no magnet, there is no point of connection. They are only there for one single thing, the party euphoria. They are there not because of deputy president becoming the 5th president. They are not interested in that. They are lying to him, I can say. They are lying to him and using his name in the UDA party euphoria. If deputy president would not be having such a big euphoria like the United Democratic Alliance, no one will be around him. Not even the economic blueprints that they are talking about. Let me explain for you something interesting. In Nyeri, and I read this, and in fact I read it from Wahome Tuku, that Wamatinga is UDA senator candidate, and Nyeri town aspirant, UDA has an aspirant known as Duncan Maina. Now that Wamatinga is supporting Ngunjiri Wambugu, who is in Jubilee. So the UDA candidate for Senate in Kirinyaga is not, in Nyeri, is not supporting the UDA member of parliament in Nyeri town. And at the same time, Rigathi Gachagua is supporting Wamatinga. But Wamatinga is not supporting UDA candidate eyeing for MP seat. Very interesting scenarios. Then at the same time, Rigathi Gachagua is supporting the governor, the governor that the Mutahi Kahiga. But behind the scenes, that Duncan, that MP, is not supporting that UDA governor. So things are very interesting there.